Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2022 Battle of the Bay between the Newport Harbor Sailor Girls and the CDM Sea Queens. This will be version 1, as these two teams now in the Sunset League format will meet each other twice. Later in the season, the second game will be held over at the Cage at Corona Del Mar. Last bit of pump-up music here for our teams. I'm here, Jeff Rothbard. It's a pleasure to be able to bring you the match this evening. I'm here with my partner, Taryn Rodriguez.
Hello.
And we are excited for the opening draw. And out there on the opening draw, in the baby blue CDM Sea Queen jersey is number 11, Abby Grace. She'll be facing off against Polly Ripke for the Sailors. Ball's up, ball is out. Olivia Gritzmacher is first to it. She stumbles, ball is still loose. It looks like it's going to be 14 Kittleson who's got a shot at it. It is Kittleson with the initial ground ball. We got a push foul there on the sideline. So a couple shots at it there for Newport Harbor. Ball got away, and Kate Kittleson, crafty as ever on those ground balls, especially on the draw control, comes away with the first one for CDM, and they will settle their offense.
And that's going to probably be the key for tonight for both of these teams. You got to win the draw. If you win the draw, you basically control the world, as I've been told. So honestly, offense is going to be the name of the game. CDM has a lot of talented players. They have 3 players that have scored 100-plus goals in their high school career. And Newport Harbor is just going to have to play lights out defensively.
That'll be Frankie Garcia as number 15 with the initial 8-meter of the game. She takes a step, she shoots, and it's saved by Lucy Valdez coming up. Big first save of the game. That's Rowdy Farmer, who's bringing the ball right up the middle of the field. She's at midfield. Belle Grace tries to check her a little bit. Farmer, strong runner, strong ball control for the Sailors, gets it to safety. Looks like that'll be Casey Charbrough with her first touch to Brooklyn Matusek. That's Lucy Tui. Over to Caroline Close as the Sailors settle in for their first possession of the game.
And Newport Harbor knows the magnitude of this game. It's not just a rivalry game. It's important for league standings as they are at the halfway point of league. Whoever wins this will be all alone in second place, right behind Edison, who was laying the wood on Los Alamitos last I checked. We'll see if Olivia Gritzmacher can get it going, as well as Rowdy Farmer.
Gritzmacher does spin, and our second lead ref, we have a 3-person reffing crew, pulls their yellow flag. It'll be an 8-meter second hash there for Gritzmacher. She shoots, she scores! So I want to say on both of those possessions for both teams, Taryn, some dodging, some driving. Both teams tried to play good defense. Down at the Newport Harbor end of the field, the Sailors were holding up pretty well, but they got a check in the sphere foul called against them, which put Frankie Garcia on the line. And down there, here on the CDM side of the field, same thing. CDM tried to play stand-up defense, but Gritzmacher spun, got a little bit too much contact against her, and she got put on the line. The difference, Gritzmacher put the first one in, and Lucy Valdez came up with a big save for the Sailors, and we're 1-0 at the 22:43 mark.
And Olivia is obviously a key component for this Newport Harbor offense, as Corona Del Mar wins that draw. And for Newport Harbor, they can't just fully bank on Gritzmacher. They're going to have others step up, but expect a big game from Olivia.
That's number 22 for
Amanda Cord.
CDM, Amanda Cord, center hash, free position. She shoots. It's a kick save by Lucy Valdez. That's her second save already of the game. Farmer takes a stab at it, got stick checked briefly, Then she got the foul on the second check there made by CDM. Farmer going right through the defense, does get checked a little bit from behind from a speedy Kate Kittleson. Ball comes out, but Farmer will get the call in her favor. It's a self-start, it's outside the 12. And Newport settles it down now for their second possession.
And for Newport Harbor, their defense has been a little bit alive, and it's turned into offense. So for them to be successful, they have to have a balanced diet offensively and defensively. Their defense has to transition into offense. And look who it is.
Flag is up there by our second trail there. It looks like it's going to be a 3 seconds call against CDM as they found themselves just sitting there in the 8-meter area, not guarding somebody. Gritzmacher off to bring the ball back to the 12. It'll be a whistle start. Not a great scoring opportunity for her. She'll probably pull it out here, I assume.
I wouldn't be surprised if she did that.
A little bit of high pressure here from CDM in the early going. Let's see how that affects Newport Harbor's attack. Gritzmacher spins. Not much there. She's patient. She does try to hit Lucy Tui, but the ball is deflected and then picked off. Ball's out there for a second. Tiana Hell almost comes up with a turnover, but number 3 is able to corral it. That's Kate Kiefer.
Ooh, little bit.
Casey Charbrough is hit pretty hard there by 14 Kate Kittleson.
Wasn't anything too flagrant. So.
It's just a hard physical foul there by CDM.
This is probably going to be the barn burner that ends all barn burners when it comes to Battle of the Bay Girls.
Charbrough gets up and hits Tiana Hell coming down the sideline right in front of us. She's hit on a blocking foul there by CDM. That's number 2, Paige Phillips. Hell gets it to safety at X. Charbrough is checked again. He does retain possession. That looks like Caroline Close, I'm guessing back there. That's Claire Abraham, I'm going to say. That's Brooklyn Matusik with the ball. She gets checked.
Ooh, good
ball
check.
does come out again.
Looks like it's a train wreck for the ball.
Good hustle by Matusik to come back up with the loose ball. Abby Grace there had the check and the ball came out for a moment. Farmer's got the ball. She's got a step. She wheels. She deals. She shoots. It's high. Good hustle there by 16 Charbrough. She's backing up. It'll be Harbor's ball with retained possession. 19:02 left in the first half here. Still 1-0. Newport Harbor leads.
Good shooting space from Farmer. She was able to shake her defender, and she had a good look. It was just a little bit high. But against a good goalie like Ellie Spots, you're going to have to maneuver quite well against her.
Abraham now getting high pressured. Two girls on her. There's a swat at the ball. She does manage to get it to Close, who's triple teamed. Ref's got a pushing foul there. It'll be Close with the restart. Newport's going to have to move the ball faster here with their passing to get out of these high pressure situations. Lucy Tui goes great to goal. She shoots, but it is saved by senior Ellie Spots. Continuation play there. That'll be Frankie Garcia who picks up the pass. She's looking for a shot. Good defense there by the Sailors to shut that down. Smart play by Garcia not to force it. She flips it back out. Abby Grace to her sister Belle. They'll play a little bit of catch between the two of them and settle the offense. Grace looks for some space. She shoots and scores!
And that's just a great move by Abby Grace. She really found the positioning, and credit to her sister for finding the open look for her as well. So honestly, that's a good transition maneuver from CDM, and I think for the Sea Queens, they're going to have more of that, and if Newport Harbor doesn't adapt to that, then this could be a long night for them. But overall, still early.
I'm going to say that's, looking at the stats here, that's Grace's 48th of the season. And we were talking about draw control earlier. We're right back out there at the midfield stripe. It's Grace duking it out against Ribke again. The ball's up. Looks like it's going to be Garcia who's closest if she can get there, and she does.
Third draw won by CDM today.
3 in a row for CDM on the draw control. They lead in that category 3-0, which is definitely giving them some more possessions and some more attempts on the cage. Garcia with the ball at the left elbow to Grace. Sister Abby, she twirls in, shoots, and she scores again!
What a spin cycle move right there, and that was very impressive. And the fact that she was able to get that one is very impressive. And she got that one low right corner. So great positioning, great shot.
Great placement of her shot there. It was a good job there.
And Newport Harbor's going to have to start winning these draw controls, considering CDM means business when it comes to the draw. They have a good draw in terms of Abby Grace, and we may have to see a switching at the center.
Same two, Abby, Grace, and Polly Ribke. Ball's up. It's going to be a duel there. It looks like Farmer's got a shot at it. She gets hammered on the check there, but Newport does come away with that draw control. Farmer with the ball. Hits close, and then Gritzmacher to settle a bit here. 16:45 left in the first half. We're 2-1. The guests, the Sea Queens, lead. Ball's out, and looked like Lucy Tui was trying to maybe hit Caroline close over the middle. Ball came out. Advantage call there, called by the ref. A little bit of a push, but CDM was moving the ball into the attacking part of the field. Way up top. That's Grace again, looking very active with her stick indeed. She hit Sister Bell. That was Abby initially. That was Abby who has got the 2 goals first. Number 11 over there on the right wing. Tight pass inside. Nothing doing inside. Ball does come out there for a moment, but Frankie Garcia with the 50-50 ball.
Oh, and that's a great save from Lucy Valdez. And it's Newport Harbor ball, which is probably the best thing Newport Harbor could hear. So we'll see if Newport Harbor can take advantage of it, but they lose it. As it looks like that is Belle Grace who steals it, and still CDM ball.
That's Amanda.
Amanda Court.
Amanda Court, number 22 over there. Yep. So we're back here in the CDM attacking third of the field. Belle Grace quarterbacking the play. She hits Abby Grace, her sister. Back over to Frankie Garcia. Garcia looks to get onto her left. She does get inside. She shoots just wide. Can't see the number down there. Who's backing up? Is that Abby Grace, number 11? Could be. Probably not. She probably.
Yeah, not her.
We'll get that number here. Number's a little bit hard to see. Tight little pass right over the middle. Beautiful pass by Frankie Garcia.
What a great catch and shoot right there. Well placed and well timed as well.
What a pass by Garcia. Great timing on that as Schaefer timed her cut at exactly the right time. Slashed right down the lane there, Taryn. Caught the pass in midstream and fired it home.
And that is definitely what CDM wants. They want to feed their other scores. They don't just have a one-person wrecking crew. They have other players scoring at will. And it's not just the Grace Sisters show, or it's certainly not the Frank Garcia show. They have other players just ready and willing to just let her rip.
So Ribke almost came up with a self-draw there, but wasn't quite able to corral it in. Ball went down, and CDM, again, quick with their sticks, come away with their 4th draw win of the half. As Taryn was saying, draw control means a tremendous amount in both girls and boys lacrosse, but maybe even more in girls lacrosse. There's another save by Lulu Valdez is the call with the save.
And a good save as well, because Newport Harbor has allowed the last 3 goals after scoring the first one, and now they're going to have to play a little catch-up here and make sure
bit of a
they
slash
stop
there on number 22, Amanda Court, from behind. Refs are really trying to manage the game and the season as we get into the latter parts of the season. Well, that's a good call there by our lead ref, Steve Perry, who saw the slash come down on the back check. And that's a 2-minute penalty.
And Newport Harbor
has
to take advantage of this penalty, and it looks like there's
Charbrough dipping and dancing. We may have offsides here, as Taryn was saying, against CDM. We're going to stop the clock to get the setup right. It'll be a whistle start here from probably outside the 12.
And this extra man opportunity is very important for Newport Harbor. They have to get some shots going.
Yeah, seems as though the balance of possession so far has been in CDM's favor, mostly because of their draw control advantage. That's Gritzmacher with the ball going to X. Might play a little wheel here with Farmer, her partner in crime. Pass looks like it's there. She can get it to Farmer, but the pass goes high. Great little hustle there. Wow, what a play by Charbrough. May have stepped out of bounds. Unfortunately, the ball will go over to CDM. That's still a great hustle play by Charbrough. Picked it up one-handed. I'm sure Coach Martini will like that.
Coach Wagner.
Coach Wagner, that's right. Thank you. Just got married 2 weeks ago.
It's all good.
Harbor trying to come up with a turnover.
Got to keep the extra man going.
We've got 3 girls on number 2 there. That's a great little back check by. Beautiful by Lucy Tui. Little top of the stick. Hits Farmer.
See if they could score in
Farmer
transition.
gets hit. Penalty time. I didn't catch the start of the penalty time. Probably at least a minute left on it. And it'll be Farmer catching the ball in the middle, shoots and scores! Rowdy Farmer!
What a great feed by Olivia Gritzmacher. That was what Newport Harbor needed, and they're going to need a lot more of that. They're going to need assisted goals, and Rowdy Farmer will also need to step up. And I think Newport Harbor made the most of their penalty from CDM. Obviously, they would have liked more goals, but now they're within 1, and they're just going to have to keep progressively getting better at the draw.
Amanda Court still in the box in high school lacrosse. Those 2-minute penalties are not releasable. Ball goes way up high. Farmer's got a shot at it. Farmer pulls it down for the Sailors. They'll head on the attack again. Over to Gritzmacher. Gritzmacher streaking down the field. Can't find any space quite yet.
Good decision by her, not forcing the issue.
She's checked from behind there. Court looks like she just came back on the field. We should be even at this point. But Olivia Gritzmacher steps up on the 8. It looks like she's on the first hash over there on the left elbow. She comes in, she shoots, and she scores! So that'll be Gritzmacher's second goal. Both coming on free positions, Taryn.
Yeah, and that's a good opportunity, well taken. And for Newport Harbor, they're doing a great job of winning the face-offs and starting to collect themselves, pick themselves up. They're not getting down on themselves after they went about 10 minutes without a goal. And lacrosse can be the games of ebbs and flows. And you can't get too high on the highs, and you can't get too low on the lows. So I think Newport Harbor is starting to find the middle, as it looks like we're going to get a redraw here.
That ball did not go over the player's shoulders. They will do a redraw, and I can assure you that our ref officiating the draw will be looking at their sticks this time to make sure that they're moving up in an upwards motion. They don't, and as you see, ball is awarded to Newport Harbor as the stick of number 11 was not moving in an upwards motion. Here comes Polly Ripke. She'll take that free draw and streak down the field. She will hit number 16, Casey Charbrough. Charbrough with a little move. She shoots. Oh, just wide. Beautiful little hesitation move by Charbrough. She gets a nice shot off, just goes wide, but Claire Abraham is there to back it up, and the Harbor attack and possession will continue.
And that's good hustle from Newport Harbor. Obviously, you would have liked to have gotten the goal, but to continue to have the ball is just as good. And I feel Newport Harbor is now making the most of their opportunities instead of just going headfirst for the goal. They're trying to get the perfect shot and perfect strike.
Gritzmacher with one of her patented hop, skip, jump drives. It's well defended this time. Close picks it up on the wheel play. She fakes, she gets inside, she shoots wide. And Rowdy Farmer just gets there in time to retain possession for the Sailors. Ref was considering giving that to CDM if Ellie Spots was closest, but Harbor got there, Farmer just got there in time.
And it looked like Frankie Garcia was actually closest for CDM, as looks like we might get ourselves a free position shot. But good hustle from Rowdy Farmer. It looked like she stretched her way to that to get closest to that ball. So all in all, just a great
good hustle there.
Play.
Farmer will find herself on the 8-meter line. That's going to be right elbow, second hash. That's a good angle for her. She'll probably go to goal. She does. The ball is checked. It's going to be an in the sphere call against CDM. That looks like it's number 14, Kate Kittleson will have to come behind. Farmer's right back on that stripe where she was before. She shoots. Save, Ellie Spots.
Good save by Spots.
That's her. That's a big save at this point in the game. CDM is being swarmed in transition, but very good composure there to keep control.
And that's sorry.
CDM will look to settle it here. 8:33 left in this first half. Garcia trying to get some space for herself. Ball comes way out wide. It's got to be shooting space. So well played there by Garcia and Grace, and Abby Grace. Garcia saw that the Harbor defense was packing it in, and they hit Abby Grace at the 12, and she took a step. Now she's on the line. She shoots, and she scores!
I was about to say, Corona Del Mar lives off of transition. They really take advantage of their transitions, and it all started with the save from Ellie Spots. Without the save, CDM doesn't get that ball, and they don't take it up the field and eventually get that free position shot for Abby Grace, which is number 3 for her, if I'm not mistaken.
She is a hat trick.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them coming in free-flowing play, 1 of them coming on the free position there. We're back right here at the center circle. Ribke and Abby Grace duking it out. Ball is up. It's way up in the air. It bounces right into Frankie Garcia's stick. A little bit of a hard check there. No call by the ref. Play on. Good job by Garcia to maintain control on the sideline. Back to Garcia. Nice little pass down low. This time to Belgrace with the goal.
Another one of those great catch and shoot moments for CDM. And once again, they seem to love that whole catch and shoot thing. And if they're doing that and they're having success, Newport Harbor may have to have a little bit more awareness when it comes to those quick passes. Looks like Corona Del Mar up 5-3 after Newport Harbor tied it. A lot can happen when it comes to the draw controls.
Yeah,
and
I'm trying to keep count up here. It looks like we're 5-3 so far in favor of CDM, which is exactly the score of the game. This time it's Ribke who's got a beat on it. She does come up with it. Came all the way off of the draw line to come up with it. Looks like she may have stepped there on the sideline, though.
That's good pressure defense from Corona Del Mar. Looked like they double-teamed her well and forced her out without fouling her. So
that's a great point that you make there, Taryn. Good double team. You used the sideline as the third defender and were able to come up with the turnover. Good play on both sides. Good hustle by Ribke. She just got hemmed in there on the sideline and wasn't able to beat the defender down the sideline to get into some space. Nice little spin move by Belgrace. Newport recovers. Pass inside. That's 49. Megan Schaefer. Schaefer's got the other. I want to say Schaefer's got the other goal of the game.
She does.
Let's see what we've got here. We got a charging call against number 11. So Harbor will pull it out to the 8. It'll be a whistle start. Farmer took the charge. Good defense by her. 6:04 and counting here. Farmer starts her up right down the middle of the field. CDM is closing. There's another, maybe a slash, not too bad that time. Farmer cuts down the middle, going all the way to the cage.
Oh.
She gets fouled.
And that's good hustle from Rowdy Farmer. She was just.
She saw the lane and she just went for it. The refs got the foul on the shot, saying that the shot was affected by the foul. So that's why we'll come back here with an 8-meter right at the center hash. Farmer starts. She shoots and scores! Rowdy Farmer!
And that seems to be where Newport Harbor loves to have their goals, the free position shots. And it's good for them because they're converting them. It's like converting your free throws or converting field goals. But they may have to start veering away and scoring from outside of the free position shots. All about transition, as it looks like we have a timeout on the field.
Didn't catch who called the timeout there, Taryn. Did you happen to catch that?
I think it might have been CDM.
Okay.
Actually, no, it was Newport Harbor that called timeout. So.
Got some terrific lacrosse guests in the house tonight. See Matt Armstrong.
Yep.
Making his way up to the booth here. We're thrilled to have him.
Mm-hmm.
Jump on. Jump on out. My partner in crime here, Matt Armstrong, called a couple games with Matt.
I have called a couple games before, yeah. Team is looking good, yeah?
Yeah, that's an exciting game, Matt. I know you maybe just caught some of the action.
I got here when it was 1-1, and then they scored right as I was walking to the stadium. They were down 2-1, and now 5-4. So,
Matt, if you recall, I can't remember what I have for breakfast most days, but I can remember games like the back of my hand.
Yep.
Last year, I want to say CDM jumped out to a 3-1 lead, and Harbor came back and scored the next 12 goals, and it ended up 13-3. CDM jumped out to a 3-1 lead tonight.
Just where we want them.
Harbor did come back and tied at 3, but CDM has continued to improve and impress year after year. They're back in D1
Yep.
in the CIF Southern section, and they got a great team, and we've got a battle on our hands here
For sure.
tonight.
You know, when the first decade or so that Lacrosse was in Southern Cal, CDM really owned this rivalry, but I think all folks across the Bay really wanted this to be a competitive game. And, you know, that's the best lacrosse, and especially if you're talking about your crosstown rivals. Yeah, it can be fun to blow out the other team, but, you know, the best games, the games you remember are the close ones, and they either make you smile or they haunt you, you know, so hopefully we walk away with smiles today.
We're back here on the draw circle with, looks like it's going to be, I want to say it's going to be Abby Grace again and Ripke, who have been doing the tough work out there all day on the draw. Sailors have come back to make it competitive on the draw control. There's Kate Kittleson, though. She's notorious for her ground balls, especially on that play. Frankie Garcia goes to goal. Looks like she got hit on the shot. The ball sails wide. CDM's backing it up, though. They'll retain possession here.
Looks to me like CDM might have the slight edge on just sort of hustle plays, ground balls, 50-50 balls.
Here comes Garcia again. Looks like she may have been a beautiful pass from Garcia, but a better save by Valdez with another save.
We've seen that front door cut from the same spot for their fourth goal. They like that play.
Farmer trying to do the clear here on her own. She's going to meet a tough Kate Kittleson. She does what she needs to do. She turns Farmer. Farmer tries to control the ball, settle it down. She hits Caroline Close to settle play.
And it looks like they got Caroline Close up top there where JoJo used to be, yeah?
She's been moving around here Close. Most of the quarterbacking is still coming from Gritzmacher and Farmer, but Close, a very sure ball handler, can play anywhere out there on the attack. Looks like Newport's spreading it out here. Here comes Gritzmacher. First dodge, second dodge. She spins.
Flag up.
Flags up. We got an in the sphere penalty called against Olivia Gritzmacher. She'll be back on the 8-meter line. First hash, it looks like, on that left elbow. Gritzmacher goes. She shoots it. She scores!
Tying it up 5-5.
Gritzmacher's got 3 goals tonight on the 8-meter line.
She's strong. She's always been strong off that line. She gets a nice jump and can get ahead of those defenders really, really nicely.
That's I want to say the key for sure on the 8-meter percentage is to get a quick first step, make the goalie move.
Yep. Yeah,
and put it in the back of the net.
You see them get their stick out in front of them, use their body as a shield, you know, a player like Gritzmacher or Farmer, they're going to see the goal and put it wherever they want, but you'll see them a lot, really disciplined, bouncing the shot. I don't think she quite bounced that one. I don't recall exactly where she put it in.
That one didn't look like her patented bounce, but
ooh, thought Farmer might have that
ball
one.
Comes right out of the draw to Frankie Garcia. She drives, she shoots and scores!
Quick answer from the CDM, making it 6-5.
So Garcia is a significant threat to goal this year. CDM's got some terrific numbers scoring-wise. That's going to be Garcia's 42nd goal of the year. Harbor's been doing a good job with their slides on her tonight. She's coming around from that left elbow. She's a lefty, and they're carefully watching that. But that time she got out on the loose there with the draw control, went right to goal. And another draw control for Kate Kittleson.
Yeah, I'm seeing, it looks like on the draw control we've got some, but it looks as if CDM's been dominating that at least since I've been here.
I'll get to some stats at halftime. We can look at it. Garcia again with the ball. She's over on that right elbow this time. Tosses it to Belle Grace, the captain, the senior captain. Ball's now in, was in Abby Grace's stick, now back to Belle. Garcia. Garcia's looking to feed.
You see him there. They were trying to do that front door cut again, little hip check. Not a bad way to defend that. Step right into the path of the runner. Not only do you break up the play that they've scored on you twice, but maybe give them a little business, make them think twice about it the next time they want to run through. Of course, giving up the center hash free position is not exactly what you want. You'd rather get in there and not commit the foul.
That's Amanda Cord with a shot.
Ooh,
and the ball just trickles wide. We'll give Lucy Valdez another save.
I think she did get a piece of that. It bounced away a little bit funny, so I think she was able to get a little bit of that ball.
Ball moves from X back up top to Belle Grace. 2 minutes and 10 seconds in the half. Abby Grace dodges, she spins, she shoots. Flag went up there, but Grace got the shot away. The ref decided that it was a completion of the shooting play, and let's play continued. Let's play continue there. Back to X for CDM. Back into the shore stick of Abby Grace. Way up top to Frankie Garcia with an acrobatic catch. Back to Abby Grace. And that's how they're playing that. They're playing that very well.
Yeah, I've seen that little fake shot from the 12-meter. You know, being able to draw the free position on the shooting space from the 12-meter, you know, that means that the refs are respecting that long shot.
Abby Grace from the right elbow. She comes in, shoots, and scores!
Scores under pressure there. Doesn't have quite that same jump off the 8-meter that we saw from Gritzmacher, but even though the sticks were right in her face, she's able to power through and bury that shot. 7-5 now, CDM.
So that's the second time I've seen, or that we've seen, Frankie Garcia threaten to goal on the right elbow, left elbow, to Lucy Valdez's left. Harbor's reacted, and she's tossed the ball way across the fan and hit her teammate Abby Grace outside the 12 on the right elbow, and Abby Grace has just taken 2 steps in, and Newport's been caught in shooting space both times. Good play there by CDM. Minute 30 left in the first half.
See if Newport Harbor can't take down draw control here.
Ball's up. Looks like Farmer might be first.
Got beat to the ball, but able to disrupt it.
Good hustle by Kittleson. By Kittleson and Farmer. Kittleson is really moving fast out there tonight. She got to that ball first, but some contact by both players caused the ball to be jarred free, and Caroline Close came up with the junk. Charbrough with the ball, nice little dodge. Charbrough scores! Casey Charbrough!
Nice shot, high stick side. She got through that double team, flag went up, so she had a free play there, and she saw that opening on the top shelf, put it right in there.
Freshman Casey Charbrough out there, coming on strong in the last couple of games. Put up a couple the other night against Losal. That's her 13th of the year. So nice. Casey Charbrough showing some confidence out there on attack. Much needed, as your usual suspects, Gritzmacher and Farmer, are being well guarded tonight. If she can heat up, that'll be helpful for the Sailors.
Yeah, I've noticed whenever Gritzmacher or Farmer have that ball anywhere near the fan, they're feeling pressure. They're, of course, good at dealing with it, good at dishing the ball off to each other and relieving that pressure, but you definitely see CDM trying to disrupt them that way.
Ball's out again. Looks like it's Looked like, that could have been a offsides call against Newport. Number 15, Tiana Hell, came over the line, but maybe was fouled in the process, and the refs awarded her the ball.
I think she might have scooped the ball.
The ball does come down. We've got an injury on the field. We'll have to stop the clock.
I think Hale may have actually gotten it in her stick just as she was stepping over the line, well timed there, and then as she ran forward.
She got checked.
Yeah, she ran forward and the CDM player clipped her. It's always tough to see a girl go down.
I can't quite see who that is. It looks like it's
out on the field.
I think it's number 11, Abby Gray. She does get up. We're super happy to see that.
Yeah, she has that brace on the knee. I'm wondering if she tweaked whatever is bothering her there.
She looks like she's moving okay. There's only 35 seconds left in the half. I'm sure she'll get looked at on the sideline.
Get a little rest.
I know the Grace sisters. They are tough competitors. They will not be kept off the field unless it's a serious issue. So I'm sure we'll see Abby Grace back to start the second half. I'm confident. Giving her coach the indication that she's okay. She'll get some water and a rest. We still got 30 seconds to finish off the half. That's Brooklyn Matusik with the ball, number 20, our sophomore here for the Sailors. 25 seconds left. Here comes Matusik right down the middle. She's checked hard.
Looks like a little foul there
across the body. Matusik showing some speed.
Yeah, she's always been a bit of a spark plug, ready to pick it up. Seems a little bit fearless. Even as a freshman, she would be out there every now and then.
She goes, like she shoots.
Ready to play. Ball's on the line.
Ball is sitting on the line right behind goalie Ellie Spots.
I think Spots might have thought the ball was in there. She looked a little dejected for just a second.
Fast break here with 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Harbor gets saved there by the clock as a fast break by CDM almost results in a goal for them. And we're 7-6 here at halftime in a really exciting Battle of the Bay. Matt, as you were saying, you really want to see this game be competitive. Last year we did a highlight reel of the history of the Back Bay. And I think I want to say we dated back to 2018 when the Battle of the Bay officially started. CDM 2008. CDM ran off 8 of the first 9 wins in that battle, and I want to say the only one that was close was the one that Newport won in 2009 or 10. After that, most of the games were not close.
Yeah.
You were the head coach and the program director when the Sailors took the field at Newport Peninsula Park in 2017, when the Sailors came away with a 9-7 win, and they haven't lost since.
It's interesting to hear they haven't lost since, and always good news to see that we're owning the crosstown rivals, trying to even up the all-time record. I do recall just my first year, 2012. I think they beat us 26-4. They just had their way with us, and even the next few years, it was not anything close. Then in 2015, we were able to keep it within a few, and then 2016 was when we finally broke free and took it down. Was it 2016 or 2017 when we made that victory? That was 2017, wasn't it?
I want to say it was 2017.
Yeah. 2016 was the year we had that real tough foul at the end on Riley. Riley Siegfried called for the charge when it wasn't really a charge.
And that game was a close one.
That ended up at that point was a 1-goal game, and of course, everyone on the Newport side, including myself, was losing their mind on that call. I still remember it, and it still haunts me.
Now, in 2016 and 17, Davidson Stadium was renovated, and Newport had to play their home games over at Estancia High School, if I recall. And you wanted a very special experience. At the time, the head coach for CDM was?
That was Allie Vislaki.
Allie, that's right, and agreed to have a neutral site game We had some great pictures and video from that game. Newport, as I said earlier, walked away 9-7.
Yeah, that was you know, the person who turned me onto that idea was actually Mark Todd, who built the program at CDM and then built the program, the boys program that is, at CDM, and then the boys program here. And we liked working together and kind of trying to coordinate. And he would talk about, like, occasionally they'd get goals down there and do it. And it's interesting trying to set up a field in a new place, and it's a production. But once we got it running, it was a really beautiful day. You know, you're looking at the ocean as you're playing lacrosse. It was pure blue sky, you know, California classic. And, you know, it helps to walk away with the victory. I remember leaving the field that night once everything was said and done, and it was one of the first times I was breathing easy after a game. You know, it did feel good for to capture that victory. In the same season, we also beat Trabuco to end their season, and that was another one we had always had trouble beating them. They had always gotten the edge on us, just barely in a lot of cases, and so it felt really good. You know, getting into the playoffs and right when it counted the most, finding that victory. I know Scott Long down there, he gave me fits. I always thought that we would get them, and we never did until the big one. So yeah, it's always good to see, you know, the team pulling it together against those classic, you know, difficult teams. The ones that I always wanted. I always wanted to take down Mater Dei.
Yeah,
never able to. Cresta Bowman was a tough
Yeah, there were some close calls against Mater Dei. The Sailors got pretty close this year in a 13-8 loss over at Mater Dei. The other program that, you know, that elusive victory has been against the Foothill Knights. That's coming up here on Saturday, right here at Davidson Field. So Foothill, again, a powerhouse club for sure. They'll be tough, good. And came away with a 17-7 victory over Edison yesterday over at Edison. Although I was talking to some people, in fact, the referees who were looking at that game, it was 7-7 at halftime, and then Foothill really put the pedal on the metal in the second half. So we'll see what the Sailors can do on Saturday, but they've got their hands full here tonight.
Right. No, I think they're focused on the next 25 minutes here. You know, Foothill, I think it's the only public school that is just always in the Final Four. You know, you got to hand it to them that they don't just get to pick and choose their players the way, you know, your St. Margaret's and your Mater Deis do.
Great feeder system up there in Tustin County,
they really
in Orange
do,
County and Tustin. Yeah, the city of Tustin and the surrounding areas.
And I will say it's, you know, it's awesome to see the game tonight. It's slightly bittersweet this season. The seniors this year are the last ones that I would have known coming up through middle school in Anchor. So like Rowdy Farmer is a 7th grader. I think is really the last one. I think Gritzmacher had been out there a couple times. And so it'll be sad to see those guys go. That's really the last true connection I have to coaching any of these girls. And even then I was really just supervising, you know, the Katie Hendrickses and the Sarah Farleys who were doing the coaching. But I should probably hand it back over to Taryn here.
We'll do that, and we appreciate you coming up and spending some time with us. We'll get Taryn Rodriguez back in the seats.
And I should thank Taryn, you know, for the last 10 years, he has been probably the #1 Newport Harbor lacrosse supporter. It was always amazing to hear him announcing the games and just getting fired up. He would come talk at our banquets. So I'm glad that he's up here continuing to support the team and bring his passion to the game.
As Matt, pleasure having you up here.
It is. It's a blast from the past. Always fun to talk
fun.
to Jeff. And
maybe we'll have a chance at some point to do another one.
Indeed.
And as Matt transitions that mic back over to Taryn, I'll hit some first half stats here. My stats guy, the expert on all statistics, Taryn Rodriguez, takes his seat. He'll keep me honest here. For Newport Harbor, their 7 goals have come mostly from Rowdy Farmer on 2 free position goals. And I want to say I've got Gritzmacher down for 3, which makes sense. So Newport Harbor has 6 goals. Gritzmacher's got the hat trick with 3. Farmer's got 2. And freshman Casey Charbrough put 1 in there at the end. Of those 6 goals, interestingly enough, 4 of them have come on the free position. For the Sea Queens, a dominating half by junior Abby Grace, 4 goals. Frankie Garcia with a goal and 2 assists. Belle Grace with a goal, and Megan Schaefer with a goal. I want to say that only 2 of the 7 CDM goals have come on the free position, indicating, I think, as Taryn and I were talking about earlier, they're moving the ball well on the attack.
Yeah, and I think I think Newport Harbor's still doing a solid job, and you have to give credit to CDM's goalie, Ellie Spots. She is a Division I commit, and most of these girls have returned from their CIF Southern Section Division II championship from last year. Probably can say that it was probably just as good as the Division I championship outside of facing Foothill, but Canyon, which is in Foothill's league, is just as competitive, or was just as competitive last year.
So that initial draw goes way up high over Gritzmacher's extended stick. Frankie Garcia chases it down. That'll be another draw win for the Sea Queens. We'll get to that stat here when we have a chance as CDM settles their attack for the first possession of the second half. Almost a shooting space there. That's how Abby Grace was playing it. Brooklyn Matusik's got to react a little bit faster there and get back out. Ball goes down there for a minute, but Belle Grace almost came up with it. Ball is loose still. Ball is down, but Abby Grace comes up with the loose ball. So that's another 50-50 ball that Newport had a shot at. They fought for it. Couldn't come up with it. Amanda Court there with the shot after the pass. Another save there by Lucy Valdez. That's her 7th of the game unofficially. She's having a good game there. There's Brooklyn Matusik is open in the clear. The pass just goes a little wide, a little bit long. Was a good hesitation cut there by Matusik. Pass just a little bit high, couldn't hit her. So a turnover there by the Sailors, and CDM gets the ball right back.
Yeah, and that seems to be something Newport Harbor has been struggling with, turning the ball over. They can't do that against a team like Corona Del Mar. CDM can definitely capitalize on that, but you have to give credit to Lucy Valdez. She is doing great.
Garcia with the shot.
She makes another save.
So Garcia comes off of the left elbow that time with the shot. Tui doing the tough work on the transition. Fresh legs for her.
Oh.
Tough check from behind. Believe we're going to have a goal circle violation. Nope, maybe not. Maybe that check affected the shot, according to our ref. Tui is back on the line from the 8-meter. She goes in, she shoots, she scores!
And a much-needed goal for Newport Harbor. They definitely worked for that one, and Lucy Tui on the board. Just goes to show you that Newport Harbor has other scores. It's not just Olivia Gritzmacher and Rowdy Farmer. They have other good scorers that are willing to put the ball behind the net, and they're going to have to get everyone involved, and they're not going to have to, they cannot fear Ellie Spots.
Back at the draw circle. Ball's up, ball's out. Really nice one-handed self-draw by Abby Grace. Beautiful skill there, but the ball is picked off by Tiana Hell.
Giving him hell, as Alex Crawford.
So that's what the Sailors need to do, and that's a better outlet pass to Matusek that time. Look at those wheels by Matusek. She surges over the restraining line. No chance for CDM to catch her. Really fresh legs there by Matusek. Ball's back with the Sailors. First time they have a chance to take the lead in a while.
First time since they scored the opening goal.
Charbrough goes through traffic, gets checked, but does come back with the ball. She's looking to be a threat. I think that's what they're looking for. We got an offsides on CDM. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like it's offsides on CDM. 1, 2. Yeah, that's 8 girls back there on the defensive zone. She'll wait for the whistle. She'll start her up. There goes Matusik. We're now even at 7 apiece, so that foul doesn't really hurt the CDM Sea Queens too much. Looks like number 2, that's Paige Phillips, is doing a lot of hard work there on the crease. Spin move by Matusik. She spins again.
Turning on the spin
Looks like she could have threatened there and gotten a shooting space had she attacked goal, but she decides to play the patient game, throw it out to Charbrough. Charbrough back behind the net to Claire Abraham.
Have to be patient
She's
here.
playing the steady at X tonight. Abraham comes, forces her way through with a shot. Just wide. Gritzmacher hustles to the ball, gets the ground ball. Good hustle there by Gritzmacher. 20 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second half here. Tui pops up, that's Charbrough, excuse me, for a moment. Gritzmacher with the ball. Playing patient game. She's got Farmer there for a moment, open. A lot of traffic in front though there, Taryn.
Mm-hmm. It's all about finding that open spot, open rhythm, and it's all about patience. They have to be patient.
Here comes Gritzmacher. She feeds Farmer, and it was a tight feed, but the ball came out, and Kittleson or Paige Phillips, I'm not sure the number there. Looks like it's Paige Phillips who came up with it. She got fouled. Kiefer with the ball. Captain Kate Kiefer moves the ball to safety over the restraining line. She does the transition on her own. Good little run there by Kiefer. And now it's the Sea Queens with a chance to regain the lead.
It seems like Newport Harbor just can't seem to find that game-leading goal. It seems like they always find themselves turning it over or CDM just putting pressure on them. All in all, it's just not a recipe for success.
Nice little feed there again by Frankie Garcia inside to Amanda Court. She shot, but again, it's saved by Lucy Tui, who is having a heck of a game here. That's Abby Grace with the move, saved again.
Actually, I think she might have been fouled.
So the ball was saved. Looks like the ref may have called across the body check that affected the shot. It'll be Abby Grace looking for her 5th. She hits her sister Belle Grace with a beautiful feed. Very nice indeed.
That's just great unselfish lacrosse right there. She could have obviously taken it in, and then she found the open player being her sister, and she just buried it. It's just a great look for CDM and great look for the Grace to Grace goal.
Ball's out. Gritzmacher knocks it down, but that's going to be a yellow card.
I was about to say, I don't want to jinx this, but it seems like we haven't had too many yellow cards. But now, Newport gets its first yellow.
Yeah, so unintentional there. No intention to knock down number 11 there, but Gritzmacher loses her balance a little bit, comes in way too hard, and draws the yellow. So 18:30 left in the second half. We'll watch that clock. They'll have to try to kill this penalty for 2 minutes. Again, those are non-releasable in the high school game. Kittleson gets it to safety to Garcia. Abby Grace with the ball. Shooting space called against Brooklyn Matusik there. Just a little bit packed in too deep there. That'll be a right elbow second hash free position opportunity. She shoots. Ball is saved.
Shot saved by Newport Harbor
ball was saved again by Lucy Valdez. Tiana Hell came up with it briefly. Abby Grace comes in hard with the check from behind. It was legal, and she retains possession. Here goes Belle Grace. She shoots the balls wide.
And
we have an offensive foul. Charging. There'll be a charge against CDM. They'll have to wait for the whistle start here. It'll be Tui that'll start it up again. Sorry, not Tui. That's Delaney
Gom.
Delaney Gom. Soccer player turned lacrosse player. She's got good speed. Gets a little bit out of control there, but look who it is. It's Polly Rigby with the ball. Polly Ripke, what a great story that is. Just started playing lacrosse this year, if you can believe it. Newport's going to try and kill this penalty. They got 15 seconds to kill. Tui with the ball. They probably wanted to get it to Farmer here. CDM knows that. They're pressuring her. Farmer does come up with the ball, and here comes Gritzmacher back into the game. So Harbor's able to kill the 2-minute penalty.
Without giving up a goal.
CDM had a good possession opportunity for it. Here comes Gritzy. Little sidestep dodge there. She gets it to X. She looking to dish. Farmer well defended. Gritzmacher on the drive. She comes right on in. She shoots and she whacks it off of the goalpost. Scrum for the ball. Ball is loose, and CDM is fouled from behind there. We're going to stop the clock here. CDM goes down on the turf there momentarily.
You have to admire the strength and determination that Abby Grace has been showing. She's been taking a beating out there, but she continues to just come up big for CDM, whether it's scoring the ball or just distributing the ball or winning draw control. So she is definitely having the warrior mentality out there.
Absolutely agree.
Ooh, a good check from
Ball
behind.
goes down there momentarily again. Tiana Hell comes up with the turnover. She's swarmed over there. A little bit of sloppy play by both teams there momentarily. Garcia does come up with it. Ball goes out again. Maybe a trip or a push. Let's see what they call. Yeah, it looks like Rowdy Farmer will have the ball.
Yeah, it looks like she got forced outside of the barrier, which prevents players from going offside. So, uh-oh.
Here comes Farmer with the ball.
Looks like Farmer just beat her defender, and
she gets fouled. She'll be put on the 8-meter line here. She goes on goal. She shoots and she scores!
It looks like it's going to be a timeout called by, imagine, Corona Del Mar. And it is a timeout by Corona Del Mar. Both teams with one timeout remaining. 8-8 with 14:35 remaining in this girls lacrosse contest. Winner of this match will be all alone in second place in the Sunset League. As Edison earlier today defeated Los Alamitos 19-5. They are all alone in first place. So.
Back here with 14:35 left in a really exciting Battle of the Bay matchup.
I was just telling everyone, all the listeners, that Edison defeated Los Alamitos 19-5, remaining in first place in the Sunset League. Winner of this game will be all alone in second place going into the halfway point. That could be crucial just because the second meeting could determine who finishes possible second place and if a potential tiebreaker can be played.
I'm going to say here, we're talking about draw control earlier. I got the unofficial stats here. CDM leads in that category. 10 draw controls for CDM, and must not be absolutely correct. I've only got 5 draw controls for the Sailors. We know that there's been 18 draw controls taken in this game so far,
yeah.
So we're a little bit off on our count, but CDM definitely with an edge.
Tough stat to keep
a
part of.
CDM with an edge in that category. But we're tied on the scoreboard, 8-8, which is the only stat that counts at the end of the day.
Yes, and you have to give credit to Newport Harbor. They're trying to scrap and claw their way to victory. They know CDM is vastly improved, and they know they are determined to snap that 5-game losing streak to Newport Harbor. Winning streak started all the way back in 2017 with a 9-7 win near Balboa Peninsula. Then it's just been all Newport Harbor following the 2018 Battle of the Bay, which was a 1-score game.
That's right. Ball does not go over the shoulders of either of the players, and we'll be doing that again here.
As Amanda Cord is actually doing the draw for CDM, considering Abby Grace is on the sideline still.
Okay. Ball gets stuck there for a second, and this time they give the ball to CDM. So not quite sure what happened there. The ref's got the best angle on that. Hard foul there at the midfield. Looks like Abby Grace is preparing to come back in the game. That'll be a boost for the Sea Queens. She leads all scorers tonight with 4. Number 59 is out there right now. That's Charlotte Kiefer. Ball is up, is thrown, it's deflected. Great pickup there by Frankie Garcia after she lost the ball. The ball hits both posts, I want to say.
Actually hit the right post.
The ball hits the post. Valdez is able to keep it in the cage, in the crease there. And on the clear, she initially goes to Gom. Gom gets it to Tui. Tui's got wheels. And she beats CDM's defense down the sideline to bring the ball to safety with 13 minutes and change left. We're still tied here at 8 apiece.
It's going to be the longest 13 minutes of everyone's lives here.
Here comes Charbrough. She got fouled. The ref had his yellow flag up. He calls in the sphere against CDM. It'll be an 8-meter opportunity for the freshman. She's on the right elbow on the second hash. Arm is up. There's the whistle. Charbrough backs it up and passes it to Farmer. She shoots wide. Unselfish play there by Charbrough, but
and a great maneuver.
Wasn't able to quite finish the play was Farmer, but she made a nice catch and had a great attempt, and Tui was backing up there. She came up with the ground ball. It's Caroline Close with the ball now. Close has been playing tough defense tonight. Haven't said her name too much yet on offense yet. She battles for the ball there, does come up with the ground ball. Could actually be that Close has been playing defense most of the game, and maybe she's now shifted to be a fourth midi Terran. Sometimes Coach Wagner will do that in a close game. She wants Close, Farmer, Gritzmacher all out there together on both sides of the field, and that's what I think we're seeing. That's why we see Caroline Close now moving into the attack as well.
Yeah, and it's great, and it's basically a chess match when it comes to Brooke Wagner and Jessica Murray. It's always been that way when it comes to Battle of the Bay as a whole, and it's basically just playing chess and not checkers. And for Brooke, she's definitely trying to think 2 steps ahead over Jessica. And she's doing a solid job of that. And Newport Harbor is responding well.
Little pass caught by Farmer in traffic. She shoots. She's fouled hard. Definitely affected the shot there. And Farmer's right back where she wants to be on that free position line. She takes a step back to get a breather. That'll be the right elbow. Farmer's getting moved over to that first hash. Maybe not quite as good of an angle. She likes to come across the body here. She does. She shoots and scores, and she's hammered on the on the play afterwards. I believe the goal is going to count. It does.
That should be her hat trick of the game. Her third goal, the hat trick of the game.
I believe Farmer's got 4 now, if my stats are correct. Gritzmacher's got 3, Farmer's got 4, and Charbrough and Tui got the rest.
I was never the greatest at math, and it looks like it's going to be a penalty on CDM.
We got a yellow card on Kate Kittleson for a dangerous play after the goal. It'll be Gritzmacher's ball at midfield for a free draw position here, a free draw win.
That's huge right there.
Harbor will start it up with 2 minutes on the penalty. Now the first lead of the game for them. Backslash there, not called. Gritzmacher goes in. She gets inside briefly, smartly pulls it out. Gritzmacher dodges, she slashes, she slides, she shoots wide. Charbrough's got the backup. Harbor will retain possession. That's Abraham with the ball. Over to Farmer. Patient attack here. Farmer with the ball. She looks. Looks like we're going to have a 3 seconds call likely against CDM. They'll just have to go behind here. Farmer will have it at the dot to start. CDM goes behind for the restart. Here comes Farmer. Skip pass to Gritzmacher at X. Gritzmacher might want an ISO. She comes across this. Caroline Close gets hit in the face with a stick.
And it looks like Ellie Spots is looking like she's the guilty.
Okay, so we've got a yellow card against the goalie there, as Taryn was saying. That foul will be at 9:33 is that second yellow. So it's likely going to be a 8-meter free position for Caroline Close. I believe the goalie's going to have to leave the crease. She committed the foul. I think she's going to have to go behind here. So if Newport can steady the ship here, Caroline Close should have a point-blank shot on an empty net, I believe. But let's see how they set it up here. Yep, we got the ref moving the goalie, Ellie Spots, for behind. CDM will have to clear the penalty zone. So if Close can get a shot off here, she should be able to convert. She goes in, she shoots, she scores!
And Newport Harbor's doing a great job of creating their shots and not fearing that Corona Del Mar defense. They're really trying to make the CDM defense work. And honestly, that's kind of what Newport Harbor has to do. They cannot be afraid. They have to take charge and make smart plays.
Sweet Caroline comes on here at Davidson Field for Caroline Close. Huge draw control here, Taryn. CDM is 2 players down.
And also, now that you mention it, CDM had picked up its 3rd yellow card, so if they get a 4th, then they will be a player down for the rest of the game.
Probably the biggest draw control of the game here. Ball's up, ball's out. Gritzmacher had it for a second. We've got an empty stick check call against number 24. Newport will get possession. Here comes Gritzmacher. 7-on-5 in the attacking end of the field. They'll want to be patient, but they'll definitely want to convert here. Probably offsides again against CDM. They've got to have 4 defenders back. Hard to keep count out there. They're only allowed to have 5 girls defending. Abby Grace will have to go behind. Gritzmacher's got a lane. She takes it. She dodges. She backs out. She dodges again. We got a cross the body check against Gritzmacher or an in the sphere. It doesn't matter. She's back on the 8-meter line, center hash. Arm goes up. She goes. She shoots. Save, Ellie Spots, and that's a big one for CDM.
Very big save.
Could have been the biggest save of the game for CDM. They're trying to kill a 2-player penalty. Looked like pretty good defense there by the Sailors. They had a triple team against number 59. Good composure there by Kiefer. She goes back to Spots. Spots with the ball. There's about a minute left on the second penalty. Here comes the Sea Queens moving down the ball with pace. They throw it across the middle. It's deflected by goalie Lucy Valdez, but the ball is picked up and scored.
And that was a risk versus reward play for Newport Harbor with their goalie going out, and unfortunately it didn't pay off for them. But I like the gamble. They obviously wanted to get an extra player to pick it off or deflect it. It unfortunately just did not go their way.
What a heads-up play there by Captain Belle Grace. Ball went down as Lucy Valdez jumped the pass. Grace steadied the ship, kept an eye on the ball, scooped it up and put it in the back of the net, and we're 10-9. That's what you expect your captain to do in big spots. They needed that one big time. It ends a couple goaling streak there by Harbor.
I think it was 3 goals, if I'm not mistaken.
Back on the draw control. Looks like Grace has got a beat on it. She goes down. Ball's still loose. Grace is able to scoop it up. So Abby Grace comes up with another big draw control. 10-9 Sea Queens trailing. 7:45 remain in the second half. We're back to even strength here. Almost, sorry. Here comes number 3 out of the box. Number 3 returns to play. That's Kate Kiefer, the other captain. Now we're even. Back at X. That's Belle Grace with the ball. She hits Abby. Shooting space called again against the Sailors. Just a little too slow there to react. That's Emma Checks gets caught in shooting space. Right elbow, first hash opportunity for Abby Grace. She comes in, she shoots, she scores! That's Grace's 5th of the game. So just when it looked like the Sailors might have a chance to pull out in front and get to a 3-goal lead, which maybe would have been a little bit more comfortable, the Sea Queens come storming back, and they always say a 2-goal lead is the toughest goal to defend.
Yeah, it is, just because if you get that 1 goal, it cuts it in half, and then if you build off that momentum, you basically have a chance to tie it up and then go on from there. And honestly, I think that man-down goal was kind of a turning point. And if that does turn out to be the case, then CDM can look back on that.
Ball is still out there. It looks like CDM, Frankie Garcia, hustling to the ball. Gritzmacher went down with some contact. Maybe it was mutual contact. Refs didn't call it, so the ball stayed in play, and Garcia comes up with a huge 50-50 ground ball for another draw control for the Sea Queens. 6 minutes left and change. Belle Grace with the ball. Moves the ball to X. Got the ball in the left hand right now. Behind at X, that's Abby Grace, way out there on the 12. Back to Belle. Belle spins. Gonna be tough. Newport just misses being in almost a shooting space there, but Abby Grace is able to dodge to her right, gets put on the 8-meter line where she wants to be, right at center hash. So it'll be a center hash free position for Abby Grace. She shoots, she scores!
A double hat trick as CDM takes the lead.
Abby Grace having a game. Double hat trick, as Taryn mentioned. That's 6 goals for her. 4 of them coming from the 8-meter line. Back and forth we've gone in this game. 11-10. CDM regains the lead. That's 3 in a row for them.
And once again, it's all about winning the draw controls and having those ebbs and flows of the game. And honestly, that 1 goal that they scored when it was man down, I think it's coming back to haunt Newport Harbor.
Ball's up, ball's loose. Kate Kittleson with the draw control. So really dominating play on the draw circle by CDM tonight. It's gone back and forth a little bit, but overall, they have won that category decisively. And as such, they've had a lot more possession time. Newport's going to have to really bear down here. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. We've seen this before. I got Matt Armstrong behind me. CDM doesn't need to score. That'll be a shooting space on number 20 for the Sailors. And dangerous number 11, Abby Grace, on the line. Coach Jess Murray tells her to pull it back out. Again, they don't need to score. They've got the ball. the Sailors are going to have to try to get a turnover here. Garcia with the ball. She points across the field. She throws it way up high. Ball comes out of Abby Grace's stick momentarily. She maintains control, though. Back to Garcia. We'll keep an eye on the clock here for you. Garcia weaves. The ball does come out. Gritzmacher fights for it. Abby Grace comes up with it, though. Gritzmacher had a shot, it looked like maybe, but ball still loose. This time, it comes right in front. They do shoot. Valdez makes another save. CDM doing a great job coming up with the ball, backing it up, quick to the rebounds. Garcia with the ball. She comes around the elbow. She shoots. She scores! Frankie Garcia with the left hand. With authority there.
That's basically 4 unanswered for the Sea Queens.
Newport's done a good job shutting that down for most of the game, but in the waning minutes here of the second half, the defense slumps off a little bit, and Garcia just puts it on accelerator motion and darts into the open space and buries one in the back of the net.
Newport's going to have to win this draw.
12-10, Sea Queens lead, 3:07 remaining. Farmer will take the draw. Jockeying for position are Farmer and Grace. It's a big draw here. Harbor needs control of this if they want to have a shot. Ball's out. Looks like Toohey might be first. Can't quite get it cleanly, but Charbrough comes up with it.
It's a big offensive possession.
Here comes the freshman. She comes in tight. She gets checked. The ball goes down momentarily. She comes away with it. Good hustle there by the freshman, Casey Charbrough. Back to Gritzmacher. Looked like maybe Claire Abraham was open, but Gritzmacher was retreating. She couldn't see her. Gritzmacher with the ball, shoots wide. Charbrough's closest. 2:25. Harbor still has time here. They don't quite need to rush. They need to get a good shot. They need a goal. They got to make sure they get a good shot, though. They don't want to give the ball away. Gritzmacher with the ball. Here comes Farmer. She scoops one low. Charbrough is backing up again. She's there. She's closest. Picks it up. Comes over the end line. Restarts. There's Close with a nice little dodge move. Shoots! Score!
What a big shot from Caroline Close.
Caroline Close with the goal.
Big time shot right there.
.155 remaining.
Another big draw control.
Casey Charbrough with some excellent hustle on that possession. Tracked down a couple of ground balls. Got the ball eventually to Casey Charbrough, to Caroline Close on the crease roll. And she scores to make it 12-11 with 1:55 left in the second half. 12-11 CDM leads. Ball's up, ball's loose. Ball is still loose. Garcia with a beat on it, gets to it first. She's defended by Farmer. She takes a swing. Continuation advantage is called by the ref. They play on. 1:38 left. That's a huge draw control by Garcia there. Here comes the pressure. Harbor needs to get the ball. Still time, but it's clicking down fast. Belle Grace with the ball. Lucy Tui's defending. Abby Grace. Ball goes cross. Abby Grace with the ball. Harbor needs to get out all over them. Belle Grace with the ball. Here comes 24. She wisely pulls it back out. Smart play by her. 50 seconds left. Time is clicking. It's a battle of...
Oh, there's the turnover.
Ball comes out.
That's all about if they can convert.
Gom gets the ball to Farmer. Farmer streaking down the field. Defended by Kittleson. Here comes Farmer. We do have a call with a cross-the-body check. 30 seconds left. Farmer will have a chance to tie it here. She should be center hash, I'm imagining. Looks like the ref's moving her over one. She's at the 12 now. Let's see if they called it at the 12. I believe they did. Nope, she's stepping up to the 8. Sorry. Here she goes. Hand is up. Here comes the shot.
Oh.
The ball hits the post. Oh, but a great check by Brooklyn Matusik to get the ball back. Matusik with the ball. Matusik still with the ball. 15 seconds left. There's Gritzmacher. She shoots. Ball's wide. 3 seconds left. 2, 1.
Clock's still running.
The clock runs out. And CDM has won the game. CDM takes the first battle of the Bay since 2017 in a thriller at Davidson Field. Oh my, what a game. Harbor had a chance on the line. Farmer hit the post. The ball came into the short stick of Kate Kittleson. Brooklyn Matusik, the sophomore, checked her brilliantly from behind to come up with the turnover. Looks like Grissmacher had a shot with about 5 seconds left. It went wide, and the clock continued to wind, and unfortunately time runs out on the Sailors here tonight. Great game, though, by both teams.
Yeah, absolutely great game. And God credit Newport Harbor. They forced the turnover. They did everything possible. Unfortunately, it just did not come out in their favor. They still have another round of league. They sit in third place behind Corona Del Mar and Edison, as they're going to need to pretty much run the table if they want to clinch second place. There's still lots of time this season. And also, Newport Harbor could make the playoffs as an at-large, and Newport Harbor still could be a possible team that no one wants to play in the first round, regardless of whether they're playing on the road or not.
Harbor's had a couple of close losses this year. This one being
one that stings.
The third one-goal loss of the year. They lost one to J. Sarah over at J. Sarah earlier in the year, 10-9 in overtime. They dropped one to a very talented San Clemente team, 10-9. I believe that was a away game.
Yeah, both were away. Yeah.
San Clemente, who took Foothill to the end of the game, 8-6 the other night a couple weeks ago. So Harbor's right there, but let's tip our caps to the Sea Queens. It's a huge win for their program. They've been waiting and battling for this since 2017. Abby Grace with 6 goals tonight. Frankie Garcia with 2 goals and 2 assists. Belle Grace with 3. Megan Schaefer with 1. Goalie Ellie Spots probably with 5 or 6 saves, but the saves that she made were big ones. On the Harbor side of the stat sheet, Farmer had 4 goals. Gritzmacher comes away with 3. Charbrough with 1. Lucy Tui with 1. And Caroline Close with 2. Lucy Valdez, excellent job in goal tonight. I want to say unofficially at least 12 saves So anytime you're saving 50% of your shots, you're doing an amazing job in that crease, in that cage.
Yeah, and great job to both teams. Newport Harbor still trying to get there, still trying to learn. They also had a close loss to Edison as Brooke Wagner will try to look to get her team back in action. They play a tough Foothill team on Saturday. Foothill has basically been the class of not only Orange County but all of the southern section. But right now they're just going to have to let this one sting. But they will be back in action in league next Thursday at Edison. It's a huge one for them considering the Chargers, once again, did get the better of them by 2 goals. And I think this league is going to come down to the final game of the season for everyone. Second or last game of the season.
Yeah, you know CDM will have their players ready. Jess Murray will have their players ready for that rematch at Edison, which will take place just down the road here at Edison High School coming up. They won over at CDM at the cage. They did a great job for most of that game, but Edison pulled away at the end. So we're going to sign off here on TarTV. It's been a pleasure calling the Battle of the Bay with my buddy here, Taryn Rodriguez. We had a thriller, great game here, and CDM comes away with the win, 12-11. Final thoughts from you, Taryn?
I thought this was basically an evenly matched game. I think both teams had their opportunities to pull away. Newport led by 2, but unfortunately that one goal, the man-down goal that CDM scored, was the turning point for CDM because it rattled off 4 straight goals for them, and then eventually Newport just could not catch up. But Newport, being resilient as they are, once again, they are a very dangerous team. They're vastly underrated. Obviously, they lost quite a bit to graduation, but they still have Olivia Gritzmacher and some other talented players.
Farmer and Close and Lucy Tui and Lucy Valdez, and a lot of their they're still out with some injuries too. Polly Ripke did an amazing job on the draw tonight. Brooklyn Matusik hustled all over the field. Casey Charbrough, the freshman, came up big with some hustle plays and a goal of her own. Great effort by both teams. Awesome Battle of the Bay. We'll see you next time. It's Taryn Rodriguez and Jeff Rothbard saying goodnight here from Davidson Field.